Hey everyone, welcome back to She Burbs Podcast. I am your host, Brooke Wright.
Hey everyone, welcome back to She Burbs Podcast. Today's guest is S. Frost. Hi.
Hi.
And welcome back to my podcast. I've had you on here before.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
So, S. Frost is a romance and suspense author. So, can you tell our listeners what inspired you to write your newest release, Darkness Fills, a dark romance?
I don't know what exactly inspired me to write it. It was like one of them stories that just came to mind, and I said, "Okay, I'm gonna push it to the back and see if it stays." And when it stays, it kept knocking at the door, so I just started writing it. And at first, I wasn't going to even release it because I was like, maybe that's going a little too far in the book. But yeah, I just it was just one of those stories that just came to me.
Nice. So, is it going to be a book series or is it just a standalone book?
Well, the hunt is behind it. That's already been released. So the hunt, a dark romance. They're all different individual stories, but they all have the same correlation, about somebody trying to stalk somebody or something to it. But it's if you read my books before, there's twist to everything. So yeah, and then the third one has been written. I'm just waiting for the go ahead because it's being looked over now to make sure it's in shape, and then I'll get it off to the editors.
Nice. That's amazing. So, can you give our listeners like a brief summary of your book, Fells, a dark romance?
Wow. um, I'm trying to remember the best way to describe it. See, I'm on the spot and now I'm frozen. Um, I'm so sorry. And the bad thing was, I just looked at it earlier. Basically, okay. A young lady goes out for the night. She tries to enjoy because she just got into the college she wanted to. Her and her best friend, they're kidnapped. Unfortunately, somebody doesn't make it. Then the one that survives, 2 years later, fate steps in, and the person that kidnapped her sees her again, and because
Right.
she's the only one that got away, he has to have her.
Oh, it sounds like a Lifetime movie. I'm gonna take that out. So,
Well,
what is your
hopefully, go. I was about to say, hopefully, Lifetime will pick it up. I've turned it into a script now, so hopefully,
yeah, like it could definitely be a Lifetime movie. So,
yeah.
what does your family and your readers think of this new book?
It seems to be doing well. People, for some reason, likes the crazy part of my mind, and yeah, so most of it has been really good reviews. I was a little nervous because it was kind of a little bit of a departure from what I was doing at first, but people seem to be gravitating towards it and seem to like it.
That's good. What was you nervous about? Like you didn't think people would like it?
Well, it's hard when you're doing something and you go into that dark place. Sometimes people don't want to be like, life is rough as it is. I don't want to go to this dark place. I don't know what this woman's thinking. But, I was surprised. I was shocked that people didn't mind. They were like, okay, that's something different.
That's cool. That's cool. So, what do you like to do when you're not writing and reading?
Oh, I don't think I do much other than that. I mean, I have kids and I'm married, so if I'm not doing stuff with my family, I'm reading, and if I'm not reading, I'm writing. So that's it. That's all I do.
Maybe you can watch like more Lifetime movies and like write more books like along the lines of Lifetime movies. That would be good to see because on Lifetime movies they don't really have like many like black stories. They just started with black stories on Lifetime, so you see a lot more of it now, but you don't see as much.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to shop it to Lifetime, to Passion Flicks, anybody. I'm already trying to get in contact with the Cartel production, and see if they can help me out. Maybe make it into a feature movie because I really wanted to be a feature movie. I think it could do well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I'm hoping to gear to that and to have my work seen more in movies because we do need to see a lot more black talent out there,
Yeah.
and I do write interracial books, and then there's a lot of interracial couples out there, and we need to see that present too in the industry. So I will. I'm
Amen.
hoping. I'm hoping from from my list of guys is that he hears what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I just interviewed a guy. He plays in How to Get Away with Murder. He played in How to Get Away with Murder with I forgot the lady's name. The famous actress name, I forgot her name. He played in with her and Cicely Tyson.
Hmm.
So I was talking to him about stuff like that. He wants to do more black roles, like more. So hopefully, if you write a good script, then he could like act in it. He's a good looking man too. So so maybe yeah, he can play like roles in it. So yeah.
Yeah,
So what advice would you give our listeners who want to pursue a writing career?
um, just to know one who you are, because
Mhm.
this business there's a lot of advice and there's a lot of things people want to tell you. Some of it's good, some of it's hurtful. Um, and two, just write what you think is best because you can never go wrong with that. If the success comes, it's because you did your best work. And even
Mhm.
if it didn't, you won't feel bad because you did your best work. So
Mhm.
I would just say stick with what you think is best, what you want to write, because we all have different voices. There's enough room for us all.
Right, right. I agree. That's really great advice. Cause cause I have a lot of authors on my Facebook, and a lot of them sometimes they'll get like one reviews, and then they'll have their comment about the one reviews, and they get so upset about it. They screenshot it, they ran on there, and like other people ran on there. I'm like, not everybody's gonna like your book. I know that you worked really hard on it, but you're not gonna always get 5 stars. And it just makes people mad when they hear that. They're like, well, I worked hard on that, it deserves all 5 stars. And I'm like, well, life happens.
Yeah, you can't get mad about it. You gotta really have a thick skin.
Mhm.
I've had people that have come in. Sometimes people will come in and just want to tear your work down, not because it was
Mhm.
really bad, because they just want to. You know,
Yeah.
everybody says everything going through their mind when they're typing behind the keyboard. So
Oh
you have to really look at it and just say, okay, that person didn't get with it. I think I wrote one person one time. They wrote something really bad, and I said, well, I'm sorry that you didn't like my book, but hopefully another one of my books will appeal to you.
yeah.
That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, that's really nice. This really good comeback. Like I've never heard anyone come back with that one before. But that's all you can say. Like,
Yeah, because I don't write the same thing all the time. So maybe something else you might have passed on this book, but maybe the next book or the book before you might like. And so it's no reason for me to make a big issue out of it. You didn't like it, you didn't like it. There's some books out there I don't like either.
right? Because I didn't like the Harry Potter books, but Harry Potter, you know, got a lot of fame and a lot of people like it. I didn't like it, but
Hmm.
hey. But yeah, definitely. I want to thank you so much for coming on my podcast today and chat with me with your newest release book.
Thank you for having me.
You have a great day.
You too.
Bye. Hey everyone, I want to thank you all so much for listening to my interview with S. Frost. So, if you want to purchase her new book, you can go on her website. I've linked it within my website. So, if you go on my website and go on my podcast, you will see S. Frost on there, and then you can go and purchase her books. I want to thank you all so much for listening to my podcast, sharing my podcast, commenting your thoughts. I really love your advice, and I hope you all have a great day, make great choices, and thank you for supporting. Bye.